Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword. And today we have the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle posted on January 11th, 2026. The constructor is Dylan Schiff. Will Schwartz is the editor, and the title of the puzzle is It's All Greek. And I wonder if we'll have to use knowledge of Greek loanwords and prefixes, or perhaps things about mythology and Greek gods. Let's find out. Interesting looking grid. The symmetry is kind of off. It's kiwankis. Like if you folded it diagonally, it would work along this axis with these squares. If that makes sense. All right, let's see what we've got. One across, tennis superstar Nadal. I think that's Rafael Nadal, popularly known as Rafi. 15 across is sign me up, I'm in. 22 across, article of sports equipment that typically has two rubber sheets of different colors. I don't know what that is. 26 across, division signs, more formally. I think the divisor, isn't that the name for that sign? 30 across, boss at a blaze. Like a fire chief, that might fit. 34 across, King Kong actress Ray was Fay Ray. Did she spell her name with an E or a Y at the end? Dressy clothes is probably finery. For 3 down, so let's try Fay Ray with a Y. Take to the cleaners, 1 down. That could be to rip someone off. Rip off fits in. Class with frogs. Amphibia could be the class as in the taxonomic order of phylum, order, genus, species, all those things. But amphibia doesn't fit unless we rebus something in. 4 down, point of view. Don't know. Overs, as in 1 over 2 is 2 divided by 1. I'm not sure about that. Point of view, not sure about that either. Let's try fire chief for the boss at a blaze. Point of view. I don't know what that is. 23 down, imagine. Nope. 5 across, Wicked director John M. Blank. I don't know who directed Wicked. 16 across, bygone carrier that had a fleet of clippers. Pan Am, the airline, had clippers. Filing pro for 5 down. A filing pro at filing taxes could be a CPA. Roman emperor with a namesake wall is probably Hadrian of Hadrian's Wall. Up there on the border of Scotland and England. 7 down, hits Control Z to fix. Control Z is the undo shortcut, so maybe undoes. 17 down, in the air, aloft. And 18 down, blank gala could be the Met Gala. So this is a ping pong paddle. Has 2 rubber sheets glued onto the wood, I guess. Okay. So we must be interested, ping pong paddle, we must be rebusing in something. I don't think a P goes here. PSC, well, I'm not very confident about overs. And how does amphibia and ping pong go in there? I don't know. 35 across is what might pop up from time to time. Don't know that. All right. Well, let's 31 down, sharpen could be to hone. A toaster might pop up from time to time. So maybe if I could get this corner done, it gives me a hint about what the theme is going to be. Imagine. Could be multiple letters into this cell. 38 across, SNL alum is Nora Dunn, I think. Picture for imagine. Picture this, imagine this. picture. Obel is some kind of typographic symbol. Is that what the, could it be obeli? Then we could put, maybe we're putting in Greek letters. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to come back. Let's get some more examples of the theme before we can figure it out. 8 across, unspecified degree is probably the nth degree. I've seen that in several crossword puzzles before. 10 down, practice witchcraft on, excuse me. To practice witchcraft on is to hex someone, because it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, so I think adore goes in for really like. 24 across, delivery option could be FedEx. 19 down, way off in the distance, afar. Classical Greek precinct with a noted oracle for 20 down. The noted oracle is the oracle at Delphi. So if we have Del and then PHI, and we could rebus in, rebus, sorry, I keep saying robus, rebus in PHI for amphibia, but then we get fing, or is it like point of view? I'm just not sure I understand what's going on. 8 down, error message on a Blu-ray display could be no disc. At blank and others at alia. Okay, a little Latin to go along with the Greek. So I think there will be PHI going into this square. Game on some kids' menus. A word search, a maze, I think. Or it could be a crossword, I guess. 32 down, blank magnon could be Cro-Magnon. You might have a crossword on a kid's menu. Delo. I don't know. Delo is a classic Greek precinct. Benedict Arnold's offense for 9 down is treason. He gave away the plans to West Point, I think. 37 across, item in a numismatist's collection is a coin collector. If you have old coins, then you have to call an old numismatist instead of a numismatist. That's the joke. 11 across, pack down could be tap down. 21 across, woodwind related to the core anglais. Okay, I've seen this before. It's kind of oboe. 25 across, sound from a rag doll, maybe mama. 29 down, games on some kids' menus. Again, am I looking at the right clue? Yeah, game on some kids' menus. Games on some kids' menus. 29 down is Randall, who created the webcomic XKCD. Don't know that. Birthstone after opal. I know topaz is a birthstone. So maybe this is some kind of puzzle instead of cross. I put an extra S, didn't I? Puzzle. No disc. Far, I think, is right. 29 down, Randall. I don't know Randall's name. Filled with activity, a buzz. 13 down, mushroom, often added to cream sauces. I think there's a morel mushroom. And 14 down, inherently, per se. And sound from a ragdoll, purr. Is ragdoll a kind of cat? I don't know that. Mazes would be on kids' menus. Okay. So this is some kind of puzzle. A cross word puzzle? 33 down is apt name of 12 popes, I think. Pius is a common pope name. 42 across, patient watchers are nurses. This might be Randall Munro, kind of rings a bell now that I think about it. 53 across, debaters who use deceptive arguments are sophists. Yeah, so that does make me think we're using the Greek letter phi here. Maybe phi for the across, but something else for the down. Melodic way of speaking. could be sing-song. 59 across, blank new between us. Okay, French, as well as the Latin and Greek we've encountered so far. Entre nous, between us, is the phrase. Okay, 39 across is champagne giant. That's Moet, the champagne grower and distributor. 46 across, another birthstone before opal. Topaz was after opal. This is before. Don't know what it is. 55 across, stag. If you go to a dance stag, you go alone, I think. 60 across, Kristen, of bridesmaids. I think that's Kristen Wig. Is it 2 I's or 2 G's? I think it's 2 I's. Cutter with teeth. A saw has teeth and it cuts things. 47 down, made an enemy of. No, 48 down, identifies digitally. If you point your finger at someone, you're using a digit to identify them. So points to. Sapphire, okay. So we put PHI in for the across clue to get sapphire. Then 38 down, prank of doorbell ringing and running is just ding dong ditch is what we called it as kids. So I think this has sapphire for the across clue, an I for the down clue. There are 2 P's in sapphire, I think. This looks like it wants to have PHI for the down clue and just a single letter I for the across. Where are we getting the entire word pong? Let's try obeli. Your angle is a point of view. A ping paddle? Is that what is that the technical name for it? Just a ping paddle? Not a ping pong paddle? I don't know. But yeah, but Rafa makes sense for Rafael Nadal's nickname rather than Rafi. I think that's right. I think I was mistaken there. So angle is your point of view. I'm in. Ping paddle, I don't like. And amphibia. So this would be a phi for the down clue and an I for the across clue. But here we've got sapphire for the across clue and a single letter I for the down clue. So then what is this? If it's del phi for the down, a Chris puzzle? I've never heard of that. Is that a thing? Sophists for the across clue, then sing-song. That doesn't work either. What's 64 across? Rubber end of a golf club is the grip, I think. 54 down, leaf turning month is September. That makes sense. 45 down, laissez-faire. Stricter. Laissez-faire is kind of a easygoing attitude. Let it be, let it go, as Elsa might tell us. So the opposite of that would be stricter. Turn off, to estrange. So sophist looks right. 68 across is rug cleaner for short, a vacuum. 52 across, follower of catch or latch. Catch onto, latch onto, maybe. 73 down, hospital, surgical sites or operating rooms, ORs. 78 across, big cat hybrid, lion and a tiger makes a liger. 83 across, NBA team that plays at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Don't know that. Maybe this is sing. Oh, okay. We're doubling them, aren't we? It's ping pong paddle, crisscross puzzle, sing-song voice. Okay. So I'm still not sure how we know ping pong, crisscross, sing-song, ding-dong ditch. Yes, okay. So we've got an I and an O and a phi, a Greek letter phi, PHI. Somehow organizing themselves in a logical way that I haven't figured out yet. 65 across, ninth inning usually of a baseball game. That's the end of the game. 69 across is lead into aging or anxiety, anti-aging, anti-anxiety. 74 across, former times. Erst is an old word for old. Erst, or the ersts, I don't know about that. 79 across, no shave, no November. Growth, informally, would be a stash, an informal way to say mustache would be stash. Points at instead of points to. Former times. 69 down is tough. High school classes would be advanced placement classes, APs. Make an enemy of, to alienate, kind of like estrange that appeared over there on the other side of the puzzle. 84 across, compound that ripens bananas. Is it ethanol? Don't know. You've got to be kidding. And former times are pasts. 80 down, mononymous singer who popularized new Celtic music. I think that's Enya, the one-named singer. A little Greek prefix there, mono meaning one. Ethane, is that what causes bananas to ripen? I don't know what that is. You've got to be kidding. 89 across, Bronte, heroin. Don't know. 97 across, beachy footwear. She wrote Jane Eyre, right? Bronte is it Charlotte Bronte? No, Jane Eyre is Jane Austen. No, that's Pride and Prejudice. Let's try Eyre. Bronte is a last name. So the last name of a heroine that has a Y in the second spot could be Jane Eyre. Let's hope that is correct. 97 across, beachy footwear. Okay, this might be flip-flop sandals. So we've got an I and, well, an I and an O. Blank. Sandals. This will be a 5 for the down. Longtime TV personality, Regis Philbin. Yep, okay. Still not quite sure how we know which direction is which. All right, let's look at the center section. 49 across, longtime NASCAR sponsor. And now that I look at the center section again, that does look like a Greek letter phi, doesn't it? That's a circle with a vertical line through it. Okay, a longtime NASCAR sponsor. Don't know. 56 across, Oscar-winning actress Lauren. I would say Sophia. Oh, but then we could put a PHI in there. 61 across, seduce. Nope. 66 across, flooded. 70 across, two-time capital of the Mughal Empire. Don't know. 76 across is Cameron, who voiced Princess Fiona in the Shrek movies. That's Cameron Diaz. 81 across, mimic is to ape, a nice crossword word to know. 86 across, computer menu heading. File or something like that. 61 down, tiny amount. That could be tad or bit. 56 down, put in stitches. Past tense, probably. Sewed. With an E. 49 down, part of the Horn of Africa. So that is Somalia. 50 down, perfect condition. Don't know. And 36 down, felt someone's pain. Empathized. Let's look at these again. STP is a motor oil thing, I think. That could be a NASCAR sponsor. Okay, so I think this is going to be Sophia, spelled S-O-P-H-I-A, but we're putting in rebus, so this will be the tip-top shape. So we could have an I or an O for the down, and PHI for the across. Seduce is to tempt. Flooded is awash. And Delhi could be the two-time capital of the Mughal Empire. 51 across. Ladybug's prey. I don't know. 57 across. Lower right button on YouTube ads. Skip. My channel is not monetized, so you don't have to skip any ads when you're watching these. 62 across, in my estimation. Don't know. 67 across, iridescent jewelry material. Nope. 71 across, biting pests. Nope. 77 across, Flow Rida title song before the words just a little. 82 across, Connecticut Governor Lamont. No. Computer menu heading. Okay, let's try edit for the computer menu heading. 87 down, computer addresses are internet protocol, IP addresses. Gradually entering as a hot tub, easing into. Can we make that fit, maybe? Modern social media craze. Okay, this is probably going to be TikTok. TikTok meme or challenge or something. 52 down, throw out. Nope, 58 down, subject of an RSVP. Would be an invitation to a party or some other event. Okay, 63 down, absolutely. Nope. In my estimation, nacre is what makes pearls and shellfish shimmery. Is that what that is? Biting pests. Okay, it's going to be some kind of ant, maybe. Yes, for absolutely. I'd say, in my estimation, yeah, let's try easing into for gradually entering the hot tub. An aphid is a ladybug's prey. Then we put 5 for the across, I or O for the down to make TikTok blank, TikTok dance fits. Gnats are biting pests. Throw out is to discard. I cry just a little. Sounds like it might be a song title. Okay, so we've got an I and an O and a phi in there. 83 across, NBA 18 that plays at Cambridge Fieldhouse. Okay, that's probably the Pacers with the letters we've got. 88 across, owlish in a way. Could be wise. Owls are supposed to be wise in popular folklore. 91 across, bit of entertainment for a morning commute. A morning commute. What would be a bit of entertainment during a morning commute? Like a radio, the morning zoo. I don't know. 94 across, A1 or an A worth 1. Don't know what that means. 103 across, I'm fine, but thanks anyway. Nope. Maybe looking back over here. Goes up against faces for 97 down. 98 down, beast domesticated by the Incas, probably the llama, or llama. 100 down, tomato product. Pesto doesn't have tomatoes. Literally the god for 105 across, that's Allah, the one god in Islam. Medallions might be seen in them. Cab drivers have medallions. Give off is to emit. Well-grounded is sane. So tomato paste is a product. Yes, okay. Flip-flop sandals, Regis Philbin. Those all look right. 85 down, birth name of Che Guevara. His name was Ernesto Guevara. 90 down, swirling currents are eddies. Swirling currents are eddies. Provocative, edgy. 110 across, blank games. Event first held in 70 across, which is Delhi. Is it, I want to say the India Games or something like that, but that doesn't fit. 114 across, like an authoritarian. 118 across, hit title for ABBA or Rihanna. Don't know. 110 across, the blank, that's the games. Like an authoritarian. 110 down is jerk. No, 101 down, culture medium is probably agar, which you use to grow bacteria culture in a lab. Country singer Loretta is Loretta Lynn. Stand by your man and tell him that you're proud of him. Give him all the love that you can. I don't think that's actually Loretta Lynn. I think that's Tammy Wynette. Anyway, okay, Asian games. I had Eddie's spelled incorrectly. So fixing that error. That gives me Asian Games for an event first held in Delhi. That makes sense. Like an authoritarian is stern, ass for a jerk, and SOS. Darling, if you need me, SOS. Okay, can barely remember the ABBA version. Don't know the Rihanna version. 91 across, a bit of entertainment for a morning commute. Don't know. 103 across, I'm fine, but thanks anyway. No, 107 across, parcel of land is an acre. 111 across, two-pack, and M&M for 2. They are rap art or hip-hop artists. We're going to have another I.O., an intelligent sea mammal with a P-H-I there, a dolphin. Okay, let's take out acre because I like that crossing. I think it's going to be a hip-hop and dolphin, P-H-I-N. 107 down, Greek letter that resembles an I atop an O, as seen 8 times in this puzzle. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so phi is what that looks like, and you can see in the center section. So if you drew a circle, an O, and then put an I down on top of it, that kind of gives you a phi shape. So we've got phi in one direction. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason as to whether it's across or down. But in one direction, we have a Greek letter phi, and then we're reading that as an I and an O for the crossing clue. So we get amphibia with ping pong paddle. We get Delphi with crisscross puzzle. Aphid and TikTok dance. Sophists for the debaters who use deceptive arguments. And then sing-song voice for the down. Tip-top shape and Sophia. Lauren. Flip-flop sandals and Regis Philbin. And here we've got dolphin and hip-hop artists for two-pack and M&M. All right. You might listen to a podcast in your morning commute, maybe. Don't know why it has to be your morning commute, but okay. 103 across, I'm fine, but thanks anyway. No parcel of land. Let's try a plot of land. Give me just a plot of not a lot of land, and thou swell, thou witty, thou grand. That's my go-to song for anything about a lot of land, especially a plot of a lot, not a lot of land. Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die. That's the line from The Princess Bride. 93 down, composer of the Raindrop Prelude, probably Chopin. 88 down, light bulb measure, could be the wattage. 112 down, period in the periodic table. Don't know, an email category could be new, so the periodic table is divided into columns and rows, so that's one of the periods, I guess, is the row. Swan song is the last hit, the last what? Baloney, pish. Oh, that's okay for I'm fine, but thanks anyway. The last act is the swan song. 104 down, Survivor Group. I've never seen the show, but I think they get voted off the island. They belong to tribes. 94 down, how China is often sold. Don't know. 94 across, A1 or an A worth 1. No. Classic origami design. Let's try crane for that. 116 across, telly channel with the. Telly is a clue. We're looking for a British language usage here, I think, and the BBC is known over there as the Beeb, or so I've been led to believe. China is often sold as a set. Short adventure tales. Don't know. Barely manages to get through. Ekes by. Website with the craft supplies and tools page is probably Etsy. Short adventure tales are a conte. A1 is in good condition, tip-top condition. You might say that's an ace, or a playing card with an ace, with an A on it is an ace, and that could be worth 1. And then conte is just the French word for account or tales, so I guess that's what that is. Short adventure tales are conte. And I think, well, that doesn't finish the puzzle because we got to put in our I's, O's, and phi's, which will go into these blank squares. I'm gonna pause the puzzle while I try and figure out the rebus controls. Okay, the rebus controls continue to give me trouble, but I think you all know that I've figured out where. Oh no, it went back to a part. It deleted some of my answers. Okay, this was ace. Yeah, the rebus controls just is not working for me. But if you're new to the puzzle and you're wondering how to do that, if you highlight the square that you want to put multiple characters into, then hit this button that says rebus. It will let you type in theory. However, when I do that, I don't know if it's the software that I'm using or the operating system that I've got, but for some reason it really messes up my screen. So let's not mess around with it. Believe me when I say that I know what goes into those blank squares. The beeb we had here, Etsy, and let's just go ahead and reveal the entire grid and see how it was. We were supposed to put those in. If I need to move my head, there we go. Reveal the puzzle. Yes, I'm sure. And let's admire the puzzle. Okay, so we had Greek letter phi. So I don't know how I was supposed to type those in. They're not even on the keyboard, so just as well. But that's what we meant to have, and those were the only errors I had. So everything else in the puzzle was correct. Well, that was fun. I didn't figure out that this was a phi. I thought we might have Greek. I was thinking more like Greek words or characters from Greek mythology. And then amphibia, I think amphibia and Delphi is when I started thinking, okay, Greek letter phi, maybe they're all Greek letters. And then with a few more examples, I figured out phi was working somehow. And then I thought maybe it was just a single letter I. And then it dawned on me that we would have an I and an O. It wasn't until I got the revealer that I figured out that phi does in fact look like an I and an O if you look at it in a certain way. So that is what is going on. That was a clever puzzle, hard to do. Wait, what was, this one is correct. You've got to be kidding. I had ethane. Okay, that was an error. What did I have for the down? Maybe I didn't check the down. You got to be kidding is sheesh. And ethane for the compound that ripens bananas. Okay, I would have an error there. I would have submitted that puzzle in a tournament and said that was correct, and it would have been wrong. Okay, so my mistake for that one. But 2854 is not a bad time for a Sunday puzzle. I like this theme. That was difficult to figure out, and it had a couple layers to it. And by the time we got down to the bottom of the puzzle, we kind of figured out what was going on. And I think flip-flop sandals, hip-hop artists certainly came pretty quickly just from the fact that I knew we were going to have one more clue that had that IOPHI thing going on with it. All right, so thanks for joining me. Please come back for more puzzling games, and I will see you next time.